All right. This is Jamie Broderick, and we are going to, and Jez Phillips Abel, yes, hold on. All right. I'm just trying to get this is insane. Okay, here we go. Can you see my slides, Jen?
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm going to leave it here so then I can help with the chat as well. Okay. All right. So this is Jamie Broderick from Network Now. Today we're doing a webinar called The 7 Benefits of Blogging for Small Business. Our presenter today is Jen Phillips April from Right Words Marketing. We are doing this because we are doing a workshop later this month on the 20th of February at AWeber's headquarters in Chalfont. It's called Get Your Blog On from 6 to 8 p.m. And actually tonight is the deadline at midnight to register early if you want to get in on the bonus of meeting and greeting with the CMO of AWeber. So any questions you have on integrated marketing plan or digital marketing, he's the guy. He is the top marketing guy at AWeber. And we're going to get started here. This is the info on the session coming up, but we'll get to that at the end. So I just want to do a little shout out to our sponsors. We have 2 sponsors for our webinar and our workshop. Anna from Jensen Movers and Storage, and we have Connect 3 Coaching as well. So thank you guys, I appreciate it. So Jen, why don't you introduce yourself? I have a little bit at the end where we can give out all the info about yourself, but why don't you say hello to everyone.
Yes, well, hello and welcome, and I'm glad you're here. I know some of you, and I think that you know, some of the ones who know me know that I have been blogging for quite a long time. I started writing for the web about 10 years ago. It wasn't a blog. I was running a website. I have a website still about dogs, and I learned a lot about writing for the web over the years. Now I blog for national clients around the country and some local clients in the Bucks County area. And blogging is a terrific way to build your business and get your name out in the world. So one of the first slide here, you'll see blogging can increase your business. That's really one of the primary benefits, although it won't increase your business if you only blog, once or twice or 3 times and then call it done. You really need to be consistent about it. So blogging at least monthly, HubSpot has a quote on that. I think it's 56% of people who blog at least monthly have seen results and made sales from their blog. So you want to
wow, that's a big number, 56.
I know. Yeah, and if you blog more than that, then HubSpot also says, businesses project they even make more sales. So it's a tremendous opportunity for you. So blog.
Yeah, I've been blogging daily until the snow took my power away. But yes. It was great.
Yeah, it is. So one of the things that a lot of people do not really understand about the web, and, well, there's a lot that we don't understand about the web, myself included, but one of the things that's really important about it that I do understand is that Google indexes each individual website, yes, but it also indexes each individual web page. And what that means is, I like to use the book analogy. So if you think of a book, and say you have, 300-page book in your hand, and that book alone represents your website. However, each individual page within the book represents the different pages and posts within your website. So each of those are an opportunity for you to get found by Google. So therefore, the more content you have, the more opportunities you have to be found. Basically, your digital footprint is enlarged. So blogging helps you in that respect because every time you write another blog post, hey, that's another way for you putting your hand up and saying, hey, search engine, I'm over here. Come take a look. So
should all of your posts be similar in theme, or at least relate to your business somehow?
Typically, yes. So you wouldn't want to be writing about something completely unrelated. For example, the movie, Jensen Movers, she can write about give moving tips, talk about, ways to, best ways of packing, all things that are related thematically to moving and storage. It wouldn't really make a lot of sense for her to do a personal blog about her near-death experience or something, and that would make sense. That wouldn't fit in with it. So you really do want to keep it thematic. Although if you want to go off topic from time to time and maybe talk about something a little bit more personal, that's, it's all kind of in your judgment. But best practices are really kind of keep it thematic and so people are knowing what to expect.
Right. And then for search, they're searching for the same terms then. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Right. So blogging demonstrates your expertise because now instead of you saying, hey, I know how to do this and I can help you do it, now you can show people. One thing that I find, this is kind of like the new world, we're still in the early days of the internet, if you will, and people are really still finding their footing, and it's because it's a huge transformation in the way that people relate to one another, and I like, it's the digital revolution, and I don't say that lightly. It really has created a difference. So by blogging, you can show people what you know by giving away tips and tricks, and don't be afraid. Because I find a lot of people say, well, but if I tell everyone what I know, then they won't want to hire me. Well, that's not the same thing. Because if you're showing what you know and that you have the expertise in this, you'll actually find that more people will come to you and want to hire you because they'll understand that they don't know how to do it as well as you do, and therefore they're better off getting someone who can help them who really does know it. So whatever your expertise is, blogging about that and finding different little niche topics within it. Because there are, I don't care what topic it is, there's thousands of things you can write on. So writing those posts, getting them out there, it demonstrates your expertise. It helps you build relationships as you network with other people who are perhaps in complementary businesses. Think of it online as in your offline world. And a lot of you are really comfortable with doing that offline in the real life, but you can do the same thing online. And it helps to build trust because when people come to your site, they see that you know what you're talking about, that you have relationships with other bloggers in the area, and that helps to just elevate everyone.
Makes sense.
And obviously providing value. I mean, that's one of the key ways the internet works, right? Is providing value. You don't go to the internet and search for things you already know. You're looking for some information on something, whether it's the hours that someone's open or, how to get a stain out of, a piece of cotton, whatever. It's you're looking for something when you go when you go online. So by providing value and answers to people's questions, then you're showing that you're useful, you're helping others, and then like that. And then there's a lot of the back, so on the back end, I won't get into this a lot. Denise, okay, thank you, Denise. Tell me if you can, if I'm speaking slower now. And if you can hear me better. So just let me know if you can. Denise says
You'd never know Jen was from the South because she loves to talk.
Yeah, believe me, the Southerners always say that too. Oh, I know.
So in addition to answering questions, you could provide value by entertaining people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no reason you have to be stiff and formal about blogging. In fact, most of the, if you look at all the really big blogs out there, there's a lot of personality in them.
Right.
Yeah, Veronica says she offers products that are highly visual. So you absolutely want to include photographs,
Yes.
And particularly with something like you do, Veronica, that's essential. So you have lots of opportunity to do that.
All right. You might cover this on the next slide, but including an image on your blog post, then you can link it to Pinterest. Yeah. It drives traffic from Pinterest to your blog. Exactly. I love that.
I know.
All right, girl. Well, speaking of social
Pinterest
media.
Is one. What's that?
Speaking of social media.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Pinterest can be great for driving traffic. So social media sharing. One of the questions I get asked all the time as a social media trainer is, I don't know what to post on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or Pinterest or, insert your social media site of choice. Link to your blog. I mean, once you've written the post, now you can create. Now you have a link to that post. Don't link to your home page. Link to the actual post. So you can take that post and now you can put it out on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever makes sense for you. And that gives you another piece of content. And it gives you original content because it's good to have your own content and not always be sharing from other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to mix it up.
So this is where the editorial calendar will come into play because it's very overwhelming trying to track where you posted what links to which blog post when. So one of the things we'll be doing in the workshop on the 20th is actually doing a case study. One person has already purchased that right to view the case study, where we'll teach you how to calendar all of your social media sharing for that blog so that you get more leverage. So it's not just about getting people to follow your blog, it's about leveraging that post and getting it everywhere so that you get comments and shares and lots of inbound links and that's going to be great. Yeah,
and the other part of that calendar is also, topics. What's going to be on there? What are you going to write about? Because the more you think about it, think it out in advance, the easier it is.
Okay.
So we'll also cover that, and that's one of the things that I love doing with people because it just helps them so much when they understand how to think about start thinking of this in a new way.
Exactly.
And realize
so we do it for our sponsors because we have to track how many times we're posting to LinkedIn, to Twitter, to Facebook, to the groups, to the page. So we have to keep track of it by sponsor. Once they buy a package of the Spotlight package, we have to keep track so that we make sure they get coverage everywhere.
Right.
So it's the same concept. All right. Our new favorite word, inbound marketing. Take it away.
Yes. So inbound marketing, customers find you. That's what that really comes down to, rather than you going out and chasing people. So inbound marketing is a really huge topic, and some of you know more about it than others, I'm guessing. And that could be, something we talked about for a long time, but we won't do that at the moment. But blogging really fits within inbound marketing. It's a key strategy within it. But having your blog, refreshed, constantly adding new content, and constantly means, as often as you can. If you can blog daily, that's great. If you blog weekly, great. But you do need to blog more than once every 6 months.
So
we'll talk more about blogging topics. Go ahead.
Right. Oh, yes. When we do the workshop, you'll walk out of there with enough blogging topics for the year. So, inbound marketing is actually, wasn't that term created by HubSpot, Jen? I think they created it.
I think it is their term. I mean, other people have called it lots of different things, but I believe HubSpot has may own the rights to that term.
Yeah. So it's the opposite of traditional marketing, which was push marketing, like billboards and pushing ads on people. Interruption marketing, they call it. Now it's, as Jen's saying, inbound marketing or content marketing, where you're putting out great content that's valuable and they come and find you. So there's so much information out there that people don't want to be interrupted all day, except for my emails, of course.
Of course.
All right, what's next?
So blogging, builds community, because it helps you by pushing out that valuable information, by being helpful. You're building a community of people who recognize you as a leader, as an expert in your field, and they get to know you, then they get to like you and trust you. So that's, we all know that you do business with people you know, like, and trust. So blogging can really help you build a community.
So this isn't on your slides, I don't think, but is there a trick to encouraging comments or sharing?
Well, you can always invite people to do that. I mean, literally say, I'd love to hear, your experience with X, Y, or Z. Please share and comment below. You can also invite people to share it on social media. Say, if you like this post, please share it on, with your community, and have links to, Facebook or what have you. Some bloggers actually put different, you'll see this on HubSpot a lot, well, they'll put some great statistic or a quote, and then they'll have a link that says tweet this, and then it'll immediately connect to your Twitter so that you can go and tweet it if you click that. So there's different mechanisms for getting it out.
Right. It's pretty much just asking. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that the most retweeted tweet is actually one that says "please retweet."
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Right.
So
right.
You can't do that on every tweet, but of course, if you want something to go, say "please retweet" and it'll go.
Yeah. It will get more traction that way.
Yeah.
And also, writing a catchy headline and
Oh, definitely.
If you're going to be tweeting at the link to your blog post, don't put "look at my new blog post." That's not very exciting. No. Try to use the title or use something that's going to actually catch attention.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that in the press release webinar Friday about headlines being attention getting. In that case, you're trying to get the media's attention. In this case, you're trying to get potential clients or maybe even the media or strategic partners' attention. So
right. And we'll be talking more about that. What's that?
Okay, great.
Yeah, we'll talk more about titles and catchy titles and what makes a good blog title at the webinar. Or at the workshop.
At the workshop. Yeah, Network Now is doing monthly webinars and workshops every month, January through May now. So February, we actually have the two. The press release workshop is tomorrow. And then the Get Your Blog On is on the 20th at AWeber's headquarters. So anyone that's listening to this webinar can get $10 off the workshop because that's how nice I am. So just use the code WEBINAR, all in capitals, and you'll get the $10 off. Or if you want to save even more, instead of using that, if you're interested in our other workshops, like perhaps tomorrow's press release or March's client prospecting, or April's search engine optimization, or May's office systems and financials. If you're interested in at least two of those, you should do buy two, get one free, because it works out even better for you. And as I said, midnight tonight is the deadline to get in on that early meet and greet with the CMO of AWeber, which will be at 5:30 on the 20th. All right? We'll give one more shout out to our sponsors, Jensen Movers and Storage and Connect 3 Coaching. You'll meet them at the workshop if you attend. And here's some stuff about Jen. So if you want to reach Jen, you can go to jenphillipsapril.com or email her at jen at jenphillipsapril.com. And she's on Facebook and Twitter with the same name, but no L on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Who took your Twitter handle? That's terrible.
I ran out of characters. Because you're limited to 13 or whatever that is. 14.
That's too long. Yeah. Got it.
Too long, I know. And then
too long. Oh, I get it. All right, so her company, Right Words Marketing, helps small to medium businesses and nonprofits develop an effective online presence through integrated marketing. As a pet lover, she grew her blog, allnaturaldogtreat.com, to 80,000 organic visitors per month with optimized web content. Dang, girl. And she also writes and consults for a variety of small and medium-sized businesses, speaks on SEO and social media around the country. It's awesome, Jen. If people have questions, can you post them in the chat box because we still have some time to address those questions?
Yeah.
I think
Veronica has one. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Veronica has a question here.
My problem is being too wordy. What's the ideal word count to hold interest and be concise? Encourage multi-part posts, ?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question, Veronica. And, I'd love to say there's a really quick and easy response to that, but like most good questions, there really isn't. It depends on your topic, and I know you have pictures, so you'll be including pictures. You would not. There are blog posts out there that have done really well at like 2,000 words, and that's quite a lot. If you think of one regular page of paper is is roughly 400 words, like double spaced, like this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, right? That's about 400 words. And so typically, when most of the blog posts I write for clients vary between 500 to 800. It kind of, it might be a little less than 5, might be a little more than 8, kind of depends on the post. You can definitely do multi-part posts. Like right now I'm blogging on my blog. How many times do we get blog in there?
Say that 3 times fast.
Because there are a lot of different questions people have about blogging. So I've broken that up. I've written, I think I have 3 posts up so far on blogging, and I have others that I've either written or I'm finishing. So because we're talking about blogging, and we're going to be doing this webinar and the workshop, and I thought, I'll blog on blogging in February. So that makes sense. Break it up. You're going to kind of have to use your judgment. But some multi-part posts work really well. And we can talk a little more in detail about what works well for you, if you like. Yes, you're correct. Veronica has another question. Most readers skim, so breaking up the layout helps too. Yes. The way people read online is completely different from the way people read in books. There's lots of eye tracking studies and et cetera that shows that people do skim. You scan online. You need to have a headline for every one of your blog posts, the title of your blog post. Preferably have it a little larger than the rest of the site. You want it to be optimized with a good keyword term for the blog post that you're writing around. We'll talk about that a little more in depth at the event. And don't be afraid to include white space or really short paragraphs and short sentences. All of that's really good. You're welcome, Veronica. Yeah. Any other questions?
How about you? How about Denise? You've been blogging away with Sue Geyer's challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that's come up while you've been immersed in the world of blogging this month? She's like, great, put me on the spot.
It's hard to blog every day.
Yes. Yeah, I love the power outage. The power outage gave me a break, but I need to get back today. But it is also good to have a deadline. So I know somebody that blogs every Sunday morning, God help me, at 5 a.m. She does 2 blog posts for the week and then puts them out later that week.
Wow.
But that's her ritual, so it's very structured. Then she knows it's going to get done.
Right. Well, and that's very true. You have to work out whatever works for you.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Denise has had to bail off. She said she can't use her phone anymore.
Yeah.
So
okay. Any parting words? I'm excited
about
coming up. We'll get 2 hours of you in person. Oh, and by the way, all of the workshops for Network Now are the admission includes refreshments, of course, and some networking time. But I'm also giving 15 minutes additional phone consult with every person that attends a workshop, whether it's the press release one, the blogging, the client prospecting, after the event, so that once you go through this hands-on workshop and start applying what we've taught you, if you have additional questions or you need additional information, we can do that over the phone. So I'm throwing that in too, just to add a little more value. Yeah. Well, Amy has a question. What's the importance of the meta tag and meta keywords?
That's a great question too. The meta tag, the meta title, and description, Amy, are essential. If you don't skip filling those out on your in the fields. So I don't want to get too technical here, and I know we only have a couple minutes left, but then we call this the metadata. That refers to the keywords, the title, and the description. These are not visible. These are visible in the search engine results pages rather than on the blog posts themselves. It's kind of a code. You're giving this information to the search engine so you can tell them what your post is about. Mm-hmm. And when I was mentioned earlier in the book and how every single page in that book represents a different page on your website, including a blog post on your website, each of those needs to be different for the search engines to be able to find them and put it all back together again, if you will.
Veronica wants to
yes, there are limits, Veronica. Yes, there are limits on the meta titles and descriptions. It's like about 7 to 8 words on the title and 156 characters on the description. So, and they'll usually tell you. They'll cut you off.
Okay, she's happy. She doesn't get cut off.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I think we're going to wrap up the the webinar. This was recorded. If all the tech gods were aligned, I'll put out the replay so they can listen again if they missed something. So I'll see you on the 20th, Jen.
Yay! Okay.
Thanks. You should come early because you get in with Eric then.
Yes, I will. Definitely.
All right.
I'll be there.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye now.